Yes, 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 yes. Come on, let's go, people. Back again. Yes, we are back again for another game, for another thing, for another vibes, for another what is trending on the social media. You're welcome to the show. This is ISTV, one ISTV. Yes, Intercontinental Sport TV. Back again with this one. On this one, we are talking about this, and we are brought to you by one ISTV show. I'm talking about the offside rule. What's the impact? I'm not always here alone. I'm always with some important personnel talking about football. I'm telling you, I'm here with Mark all the way from Canada. Mark, you're welcome to the show. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you very much for yet another show. It's time to talk about sports again, and it makes me happy all the time, and that's why I'm here. Thank you.
All right. That's why he's here. I'm also here with this strange man, this big man himself. Bro, talk to me. You're live.
Yo, the Don, Big Mark. It's good to be back on the show, hot sports trend show today to talk about the trending topics in the world of sport. Let's get into it.
All right, let's get into it. Please smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and also share this video, subscribe, and let's get straight into it. Smash the like on the video. Now, let's talk about this. I'm going to start with you, Mark. Mark, the offside rule. What will be the impact on the world, in the world of football right now? Because there's speculation everywhere right now saying they want to consider this an offside or is not an offside. Talk to me, Mark. What do you feel about this? What's the impact?
Well, the offside rule for me, it's been a contentious issue in football because of the way it is being administered. You know, I tried to look at the history books, and the first time that rules were made for the game, for the round leather game, was in 1863. And then it was simple. If you're in front of the ball, you are offside. But if you are behind it, you are not offside. You know, it was simple as that. Well, in 1866, they made some changes. And then in 1925, there were more radical changes. They started to talk about whether to draw lines or whether to interpret offside being two players involved or just one player. And, you know, they took it from there and it went all through the ages until Italian 90 World Cup, where they started to make some revisions again. But it was in 2005 that the changes that we are now talking about came into effect, where we now have to consider whether a player is offside based on the part of the body that can legitimately be used to play the game. So we know that for footballers, the head, the arms are not part of it, but the head, the trunk, and foot can be used to play it. So they now have to bring in, FIFA had to bring in what is called later on the VAR, which is video assistant refereeing. But all the issues that has been happening about offside, for me personally, if you ask me, it depends on the rules are clear, but the way it is being interpreted and the way it is being administered by referees is what makes it contentious. And I think that is something FIFA and other interested stakeholders should look at going forward.
All right. Prof, do you have any contrary opinion to this offside rule?
When I saw the news make rounds that is being considered, I think Arsène Wenger was the one who proposed this rule that if the attacker is fully ahead of the defender, then we can consider him being offside. He proposed it because look, a lot of good goals have been chalked off for a player, for the attacker's toenail being ahead of the defender. And people ask the question, how do you gain advantage? How does an attacker gain an advantage because his toenail, because it's just an inch ahead of the defender? What is the advantage that it gains? And that has really made us rule out a lot of good goals. I, for one, as a Chelsea fan, I can remember, FA Cup finals against Liverpool. Lukaku scored a goal that, if you look at it with your bare eyes, you would never be able to tell if Lukaku was offside there, except that they drew the line. So when you see things like that, goals like that being ruled out of the game, it ruins the sport. It ruins the beautiful game of football, because we all know how the game was before VAR came, and VAR shouldn't be here to make the game worse. It shouldn't be here. It should make it better. Now, I was a little bit emotional when this rule came, when this proposition came in, because, like I said, I was biased because my team has been on the end of a lot of of goals being ruled out. But then I looked at it critically, and then I think it's not going to be a good idea, to be honest. Because look,
Wow.
a lot of teams have been. We all talk about the high line. We enjoy watching Liverpool, the Man Cities, the Spurs, the Barcelonas. They play high line football, right? And these defenders have been trained from kids, from a young age. Some of them to be able to keep the attacker offside because they know that once a part of your body is off, you're off. Now, it's going to change a lot in the game. I, for one, think that they should make the lines thicker. That personally, make the lines that are being drawn so thick, maybe make it like 2 inches thick or wide, in such a way
Okay.
that when you look at it with your clear eyes, you cannot determine if the player is offside. So once you put that, once without the lines, once it's impossible to determine that the attacker is offside with your eyes, then I think goal should be allowed. Because when you bring in this rule, I think we're still going to have the problem because it's no more the toe, but it's now the heel.
A
Because now
heel.
we'll be
Yeah.
measure, we will now be putting lines on the heel of the attacker against the defender, and we are still talking about fine margins here. So the fine margins wouldn't end. I, for one, think, look, for me, I think an attacker gets an advantage if half of his body is ahead of the defender, that's an advantage for me. But not
Yeah.
a toenail. So I don't think this is good. Is a good idea. To be honest, it's not. But let the lines be thicker and implement the Champions League mode of offside, where there's a what do they call it one name? I don't know if Mark can help me. The semi-automated technology used in the
Mm-hmm.
Champions League. Bring it
Yeah.
to the local leagues, and we can take it from there. That's what I think.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. Mark, you said you want to add to
Yes,
this.
I agree totally with what Prof has said because when you start making it complicated, or you want to say that if a player's toenail is ahead of an attacker, then it's offside. It makes it complicated. It's better to keep it simple. Rules should be clear enough, even for a 5-year-old to understand. So, and with the advent of technology now, it should even make things simpler. That is why we are adding technology to the game to make decision making simpler. Decisions that can ordinarily not be made effectively by the human eye. So it's to assist referees, it's not to make it complicated. So I commend Arsène Wenger and his team at the I've forgotten the name of that organization now that deals with IFAB also. I commend
Yes,
them.
I
I
find it.
commend IFAB. I commend them for trying to want to, improve the game. But any rule that is made should be simpler and easier to understand than to make it complicated.
All right. Before we wrap up the show, I'm just going to ask you, Mark, with this rule now, do you say it should be implemented or we should just leave it that way?
No, I don't think it should be implemented. I think it should be left the way it is. Let when you see another thing with this rule and the way
Yeah.
it is right now is that I don't know if that is true. I stand to be corrected. I read that when there is an offside call like that, it can only be checked when there is a goal. So,
Okay.
if there is no goal, then there's no need for it to be checked because it could lead to time wasting and other things. The truth about the matter is that when we see on the screen and the VAR, the referee assistant, they see that a player, part of a player's attacking player's body is ahead
Ahead.
ahead of the opposing defender, even up to 50% or totally, then this is offside, and everybody will see that. And you should do that to protect even the lesser teams who do not have the financial might to buy the sharp strikers of the world, the Erling Haaland, the Lewandowski, the Hurricanes, because you will be taking advantage away from them. It will be unfair to them. So let's keep it simple the way it is now and look at other areas by which to improve it and trying to come up with this bogus rule.
All right. Thank you so much, Mark. What about you, Prof?
Because I personally think, just to quickly add.
Yeah, I'm listening. I think we lost Prof there.
We lost it.
Yeah. All right. This is how far we can go tonight. I'm going to say this.
Can you
Mark.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Back. You're back.
I said just quickly add. I think it's going to really affect.
Struggling with audio.
I think the audio.
It's my connection. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, all right. This is how far we can go tonight. Mark, thank you so much for joining us on this one. Thank you so much.
It's nice to be here.
Always. All right. Thank you so much. All right, people, smash the like on the video, subscribe to this channel, and I'm telling you, this is how far we can go tonight. And on the same time tomorrow, where we'll be coming back for another sports trending all over social media. Okay, right here. So tomorrow, I'm gonna say thank you so much for joining us. Bye for now. Have a good night, everybody.